We have a Mexican stand down where Newcastle has put in a 90 million bid and RB Leipzig is saying, show me the money, I want a bidding war, and Manchester United are saying, I only pick if Benjamin Šeško pick us. The question is, who will Benjamin Šeško pick? Good evening, everyone. Breaking news coming in from the ether, and everyone is kind of reporting the bid is in for the man of the hour, Benjamin Šeško. Is it that he is picked Manchester United? Of course, we're going to talk about everything behind the scenes. I was literally in the gym when I received the news directly from a tier one source, including somebody close to Šeško's agents camp. And I was kind of laying it off. I was doing heavy back workouts and biceps, and I stopped and I tweeted it out at the same time as Ornstein dropped the bomber and also Fabrizio Romano. Guys, this is significant. We're going to talk about the Benjamin Šeško behind the scenes. What on earth has been going on for the past couple of days? Guys, do me a massive favor. Do me a massive favor. Viewers, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification button, because here we go. Like and subscribe. Let us get up to minimum 100 like, and my phone is popping off as per usual. And let's send this Šeško transfer bullet. My phone is rocking at the moment. See you in 5 seconds.
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugouts at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely. I don't know.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go now. Manchester United, we are bidding, we are sprinting, we are going to get the main man over the line. I'm talking about Benjamin Šeško, of course. Of course, in this episode as well, it's this open to you fans to call in, because at the end of the day, we are Manchester United fans gathered all around the world, been following this drama and this saga with the Newcastle doing the twice going the backdoor, trying to sort of overbid Manchester United by putting simply money on the table but not really agreeing with the player himself. This is called reverse cowboy at the end of the day, and I did a morning video about this because I got early news that this indication will happen today as well. But however, I also got the indication that he's agreed both personal terms with the project, but we're going to talk more about why he's going to pick Manchester United. Guys, this is going to be a fan call in as well, as I said. So big up for everyone that's tuning in. I'm going to shout you out, each and everyone. But let's start first with the beacon of transfer himself. Don't listen to Mick Rubio, that's been just having the finger on the pulse ever since May. I'm going to talk about that one as well. David Ornstein, of course. This is the one that we are listening to, the beacon of transfer. David Ornstein coming in to say, breaking, Manchester United made an offer to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Šeško. Proposal, guys. Proposal is 75 million fixed plus 10 million add-ons, meaning up to 85 million. But on this channel, we're not going to speak about add-ons because we're only going to fix on the fixed, which is 75 million, which I believe Manchester United have come to an agreement with RB Leipzig to do in installments. That is kind of what Manchester United are reflecting in terms of valuation for Benjamin Šeško. They believe that the striker favors Old Trafford. No reply yet from RB Leipzig. Newcastle also working to close the deal. Newcastle are working tirelessly hard to close the deal. They've been doing the reverse cowboy, going the kitchen door, guys. But however, when David Ornstein comes out to say that he believes that the striker favors Old Trafford, that is music to my ears, and that is zebra crossing. You've been walked over again. I mean, in terms of desperado. If you're a Newcastle fan, I feel very sorry for you, because there's been some anxiety within the Newcastle fan that try to troll us Manchester United fans. But at the end of the day, there's been some uncertainty, because they always knew if Benjamin Šeško chooses Manchester United, it's goodbye. And in general, the weird approach by putting a time demand or deadline for, Šeško to make his mind, his agent to say, we need 24 hours, we need 48 hours. And in between, they didn't even take 12 hours until they put in the money, like a 90 million total package, without even agreeing, without even getting accepted for RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig has not even said yes to the bid from Newcastle. But RB Leipzig came out to say it is down to Benjamin Šeško. So at the end of the day, let me repeat myself. Let me be very clear. At the end of the day, it ain't matter what RB Leipzig said. Even if the money is higher, it is what Benjamin Šeško wants. And what Benjamin Šeško wants, they will go for it. And of course, Manchester United have got the gist of it. Manchester United have been having numerous conversations with Christopher Vivell, speaking to Benjamin Šeško and his agent. As what we reported a long time ago, they have excellent relationship with RB Leipzig, with Benjamin Šeško, and with his agents. It goes back even since 2018. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. Guys, get involved, how you're feeling, how you're doing. And I also started a poll. Who do you think now that Benjamin Šeško will pick? It's pretty clear and obvious, to be fair. Let me just go into the chat and see who is in the chat. We have legends in the house. We have Frankie, glory, Manchester United. Big up to you. Big up MFC Realist TV. Thank you, Frankie. Don't forget, yes, a stark reminder as well. Don't forget to hit that like button right now. Let us get us to minimum 100 likes, because YouTube hasn't really been nice to this channel at all. Like, I don't know why we're not getting over 100 likes or getting the views up, right? I've been sort of looking at the algorithm, and some people saying you've been shadow banned, they're suppressing your content, they're suppressing everything. But at the end of the day, I am not care about, views or growth at the end of the day. Of course, we built this platform over 2 years ago, and we've been hitting 41,000. And of course, you want to grow like Manchester United. We want to win the title by 2028. And of course, we want to reach 50,000 subscribers. And this wouldn't be possible thanks to you guys following me on Twitter timeline and on this channel. We have Thomas Swegenes in the house saying, Mick, big up Thomas all the way from Sweden. We have RFGTTY saying, United wouldn't bid unless he wants United. And Wilcox said, we only want players that want to come. That is spot on, my brother. RFG, something I can't really figure out what that stands for, but if you can sort of, write a little bit of a comment what your abbreviation is. YouTube is done doing these weird things that I don't really see who is who at the moment. But that's absolutely point, my friend. It's been widely reported that Manchester United will only put a bid if player says he only wants Manchester United. And lo and behold, we have a bid in. So I can only tell you one thing. He's going to United. 100%. Told Charlton, let's go, Mick. Let's go, Tom. Hope you're well. I'm fantastic, mate. I am fantastic. We're tirelessly on this deal. Tirelessly to, I say, transfer window never sleeps, but Mandem needs to sleep sometimes. And today was calm settings because I knew that something big was coming. I was told earlier. So I kind of dropped my ball a bit, went to the gym. And in the middle of everything, I got a notification from a very close source within the deal. You probably know who I'm talking about here as well. To say this is done, and I go like, whoa! So I gathered some information, made a phone call, and managed to put out a lengthy tweet, which is going to talk to you about. And then I checked, and I saw Ornstein come out, and then I saw Ben Jacobs come out, and then I saw Fabrizio Romano, and the heat is on. You know what I mean? The heat is on. Good afternoon. We have also all the way. We have Sanjay Ramato. Good afternoon, mate. Good afternoon to you. Keith as well. We have Keith in the house. Will be a good signing for us if he comes 100%. Listen, I saw some meltdown within the fan base to say, walk away. And I said, why would we walk away? This is a striker that is been high on the list of Manchester United. I'm going to talk to you about that in detail. If you've been following me on my Twitter timelines, I'm going to cover that. The detail intricate till we come to this decision today. We have Mighty D. What do you say, Mighty D? This transfer will be wrapped up later today. Yeah, man. Everything will be now downhill. We will not see. I mean, Manchester United's objective was, in my opinion, in my understanding, a war of attrition. They knew the desperation of Newcastle, and some reason I came up with, they want Obsesco, not Sesco. They were Obsesco. And I hear people saying Obsesco, but we've been some calm Sesco in a way. Jokes aside. Midfield week. Yeah, potentially. Midfield next. Mighty D, what are you saying here further on? Sesco is surely going to pick United. Yes. Afternoon, Gary. Afternoon to you as well. We have T in the house. Midfield after Sesco. Yeah. Hayden Hackney is on the list, and then a goalkeeper, which is Semi Lemons as well. Thumbs up to you as well. Thank you, Kalechi as well. Thank you. Mighty D. What are you saying? Šeško to United. Here we go later. Glory, Manchester United. Now I feel the positivity. We have Max René de Rosario. Where are you from? Dos Rosario. Glory, Manchester United. 100%. Hit the like button, please. Yes, please. Hit the like button. Guys, for everyone that's tuning in, I'm going to paste in the call in later because I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. How do you feel? Are we getting more giddy now? Are we getting the impossible dream window if we absolutely get Šeško over the line and then we get a midfielder and then we get a new goalkeeper? How would you rate this transfer window at the end of the day? I want to hear from you guys as well. Big up to Gary as well, that's in the house. Big up for Kenneth Hogart as well. Everyone seems midfield. Abdullah Aaron is in house. Big up this channel as well. Here we go, Šeško. Let's continue, guys. Let's continue with the news because the shit hits the fan all of a sudden, right? We have exclusive now. We're going to go into the story timelines. We have Fabrizio Romano also confirming here, guys. Fabrizio is here. Add Fabrizio to the stage. Let's do this, Fabrizio. So even Fabrizio come out to say, breaking news, Manchester United sent official bid to show serious concrete intention to RB Leipzig. Sources at Manchester United believe that Šeško is keen on the move and decided to proceed with an official bid. Newcastle and United waiting for his formal decision. Now, let's unpack this. Fabrizio Romano says sources at Man United believe that Šeško is keen on the move and decided to proceed with the official bid. That means only one thing. He has given the green light to Man United to say, I only want you. Manchester United would have never put in a bid if it wasn't for him. We know it. We're not going to regurgitate ourselves like a broken record, right? But if you've been sleeping under the rock, this is the way Manchester United has been operating. To agree with the player first, to say you only want Manchester United, to eliminate the competition, and then go in and negotiate. And it's going to be interesting to see what is the special gentleman's agreement. As per I've been saying, Fabrizio Romano been saying that if he picks only Manchester United, there will be a price on £60 million plus 10 add-ons. And this is why we're reaching out, because Manchester United seems to be putting a bid on €70 million plus a total minute 785, wasn't it? Yeah. Something like that. And it's further down. If you continue, more and more people are sort of hanging on to it, clinging on to it. We have in from, wow, this is a lot of things coming in. King Cantona is getting involved as well. We have Solly Talks as well coming in internally. Let's bring Solly into the stage. I really like Solly as well. Let's add Solly to the stage. Internally, the belief at Manchester United is that they expect Šeško to pick them after positive talks last hours and days. Actually, he's already picked Man United. Otherwise, Manchester United would not put in a bid. So let's move on from Solly. Thank you, Solly, as well. Let's look at Fabrizio Romano. He is now building up to the here we go crescendo. La. We have even Sky Sports Keith. There was kind of banging the drum about Newcastle winning the race, flip-flopping, saying a source has confirmed that the player prefers Manchester United. He's open to both options, but if forced to choose between them, Manchester United will be the choice. Leipzig will leave the decision to the player. Guys, Sky Sports Keith was the one that was kind of, gaslighting and saying that, Newcastle will lead in the race. Well, let's move on to the next target as well. What are we saying? Ben Jacobs. Here we go. Ben Jacobs has now agreed, saying that Benjamin Šeško has now agreed financial terms with both Manchester United and Newcastle. Interesting. Both clubs confident on reaching an agreement with Leipzig in the coming hours. Manchester United believe that Šeško wants to join them. So Ben Jacobs is kind of spinning it to say that both clubs have agreed personal terms, which I haven't heard really that Šeško has agreed personal terms whatsoever. There's been a financial proposal on the table, but he hasn't really said yes. So they haven't really agreed personal terms. However, Manchester United have agreed personal terms. They have been discussing a long time ago about the 5 years contract plus 1 year add-on, and the financial package will be something in the range of 200 to 250K per week, per my understanding. We will hear. We're not going to talk about the financials because I think at the end of the day, it's so important that we get the player in. Let's move on in the storyline as well. Let's see what Simon Stone has said. Manchester United believe Benjamin Šeško is keen to join them. Newcastle latest offers was not accepted by Leipzig. So Simon Stone saying the latest offer was not accepted by Leipzig. It's rejected in a way then. We can sort of look at more what people are saying. More and more people are piling on here as well, but guys. We have Philip Finze, 24 as well. I think it's a German reporter. Well, so Benjamin Šeško and his camp have reached a verbal agreement with both Manchester United and Newcastle. He's also saying that we have reached a verbal agreement. The fundamental terms have been negotiated with both clubs. Decision hours ahead. 2 offers on RB Leipzig table from Newcastle, 90 million, and from Manchester United, 85 million. And we can stop there right now. We can see the difference of 90 million and 85. And this is where we come in to talk about the big club special agreement price. More to follow, more to follow. Wow, there's so many things, but I really want to dive into what you guys are saying. Big up this channel as well. Big up Frankie. Wouldn't mind if we get Javi Guerrera. Now we get a giddy. I wouldn't mind. Javi Guerrera still, he hasn't signed a contract. Good evening to you, sir. What are you saying? I really feel okay if we bring in that man with a deal at midfielder. Yes. Mighty say 10 out of 10 transfer, we will get a midfielder and goalkeeper. Yes, 100%. Gary, what you're saying here as well, Newcastle have made themselves look right like plonkers. They're not going to have the massive overpay for whoever they go for. Listen, at the end of the day, I have a gut feeling that they were trying to force the issue. They were trying to force the hand. It's like you're playing Texas Hold'em. They were bluffing. You know, Manchester United held the cards close to the chest. Well, they were exposing by going public and showing the cards even before the dealer threw out the last ace. Manchester United has always held the ace in the hand, and that's Christopher Vivell. Brilliant relationship. Now, in analogy, I mentioned it 1 week ago in my stream. If you do that pub analogy, right? It's like Newcastle sporting director, which they don't really have a sporting director. It's actually the sporting director was Paul Mitchell that resigned back in May, so they don't really have a sporting director. It is the acting technical director that is acting as the sporting director. It's kind of a little bit of a mess, but you know, you can imagine that technical director in wolf sheeps and wolf clothings put on their suit and acting sporting director walks into a nice bar, you know, starts seeing this beautiful girl, and that is Benjamin Šeško. He starts whining and dining, chatting her up, talking gibberish, and said, do you want a sex on the beach? Do you want a margarita? And he keeps buying and buying and buying, trying to flirt. But Benjamin Šeško was kind of looking over the shoulder and waiting for the Prince Handsome, the king of all kings, the big club, the big muscle man, the one that he really wants to make a move. And in before closing time comes actually Wilcox walking in there, all dressed for success, like that Roxette song. I'm gonna get dressed for success, shaking it up for the big time. He just walks in, have a look at the bar, sees that fake sporting director speaking to Šeško, walks up cool and composed, have a listen, looks at Newcastle and say, are you right there, mate? Cool. Hey, lady, what do you want for drink? Oh, you want Moët Chandon? No problem. You want caviar? No problem. Okay. What is your dream? Okay, no problems. We have everything. By the way, it's closing time. What do you prefer? Do you want to go home with the guy in the Uber, or do you want me to call like my VIP limousine service and call it the night? And that is exactly what's going on, if you know my analogy, right? So a zebra crossing is always a zebra crossing. I feel sorry in a way because Newcastle this summer, they've been walked all over, right? But I have a gut feeling at the end of the day, because panic station is that the initial trigger with actually Isak wanted to leave this was because he was demanding a contract extension with the pay rise up to 300K, and Newcastle said no. So how would Newcastle then afford to pay Benjamin Šeško the forward wages, which baffles me. And they got panic in the end of the day. But I think that Isak came back yesterday in training. They were supposed to sit down, and I think I have a hunch feeling that they will offer Isak exactly what he wants, and he will sign a new 3-contract year deal to keep him. That is my hunch feeling at the end of the day. Guys, we want to go into Mick Ruby's timeline as well. Look, what are you guys saying? Nice one. You like my analogy. We're wearing the same shirt. Yeah, of course. Everywhere you go, always wear United, wear you, of course. Guys, Jamie Wayne, he is coming now. Jamie, remember our conversation on the Twitter, you know, behind the scenes, you were panicking, but I told you cool and composed. Relax, Jamie. relaxed. 100%. Niche fan, what you saying, niche fan? Here we go. Šeško. He signed, lads, and lasses. We will have to put the bid in unless we knew he was coming. We signed him. Yeah, 100%. Look, there's a lot of things that's been going on behind the scenes. But before we continue, Greek fan is in the house. Yay, Man United Greek fan. How are you doing? Greetings, mate. How are you? I'm fantastic. I'm buzzing. You believe me now, Jamie? You believe me? All right. So, guys, without any further ado, I just want to add myself to this stage. I just want to sort of promote my Twitter. I've been really bad at it, but I'm going to do it now because it started to pick up massively. Like, I didn't really care about how many followers or this and that. I just want to sort of, as an independent Manchester United correspondent, get the information as accurate as possible, as laser shopping point this summer, to work with the sort of credible tier ones, Alfredo Pedula, and just basically speaking to agency and understand what's going on as close shaves as possible. So, guys, this is my Twitter page. Go follow me if you can at MickRuby_ at Muir TV. You can see that. However, this is ironically when I got the gist back in November, and this tweet is famous. This is pinned on my timeline. And I said, watch this space. Who will go to Arsenal and who will pick Manchester United? These coming weeks will tell. It's been months, and this I posted. It has 77k views and a lot of retweets, but that was May the 20th. And I was sort of, there is a method to the madness. There is a method to the madness, and I'm explaining this, what is going on. What is going on? So, right, here we go. Are you ready for this one? If you can see me, let me know. But this was the tweet that I posted when I heard when I got the information. I posted it out. It took me some time, and then I had to sort of have a shower, rush home, and do a live stream. And in between, there's been a lot of chance. I don't care if people came before. It's not about being first. It's about getting it correct. So I put the exclusive Šeško to pick Manchester United as a big bid goes in on 85 million. Inside Manchester United striker shortlist and Šeško Manchester United decision path. And I go explain myself with my tweet that is infamous, pinned on my timeline, 20th of May, revealed by multiple credible sources back in May 2025. And also when I was on the Asian postseason tour, I spoke to some really good senior people within the background stuff as well. The three striker targets on the shortlist were shortlisted by Ruben Amorim, Jason Wilcox, and Christopher Vivell were Victor Gyökeres, Benjamin Šeško, Liam Delap. We didn't hear much about Benjamin Šeško, but Benjamin Šeško has always been on Manchester United radar for years and years and years, so he's never disappeared. The initial strategy was very clear to me. There was to secure Matthias Cunha and Brian Mbeumo first, then move for a striker and sales. Wilcox, at that point of time, strongly pushed for Delap, leveraging his relationship with the player, especially his price tag was ideal for the new PSR financial year, because back then they didn't really know, what the finances would be. So therefore they sort of went in before the new PSR financial year. They went in, okay, we have money to secure the 2 number 10s. That is very important. And once we do that, we go for the striker. But during this time, Ollie Watkins was added later on as domestic backup option. But following internal meetings triggered by Rashford's move to Barcelona, that was the instigated trigger. Omar Brada, Wilcox, Vivell, and Amorim decided to go all in for Benjamin Šeško. With favorable installments, guys, agreement struck for Cunha, Wolves, Mbeumo, Brentford. The club financial forecast improved, meaning they totally understood with the new financial PSR year. They did smart business. I mean, they took 7 weeks to negotiate for Mbeumo, but they got really good terms. 3 years installment for Cunha. That means amortization. 4 years for Mbeumo. So it doesn't really, didn't really affect. There was like Manchester United total this year has spent 30 million before sales, right? Sir Jim Ratcliffe ultimately declined the Watkins move. This comes from very credible source due to limited resale value. The focus shifted fully to Šeško, and that was basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been reporting me, that week when we played our first game in Sweden, that week, Wilcox, Omar Brada met with Sir Jim Ratcliffe in Reykjavik. while on the other hand, we had delegation of intermediates together with Christopher Vivell meeting Šeško's agent in Madrid. I've spoken about this before. So, Sir Jim Ratcliffe did not sanction it, and therefore they shifted the fully focus to Šeško, a player that I have tracked ever since 2018 and see as a key to the 2028 title project. This makes sense now, like if you understand what I'm trying to say. Watkins was a stopgap or short term, which they didn't sanction. But the reason why they want Šeško, because he's got a very high ceiling. Very high ceiling, and they can sort of developing under Ruben Amorim, and we already recruited senior Premier League proven players behind the scenes that will support him. So the development Šeško will be fast tracked, but they see him more of the guy that can lead the line, and we can win the Premier League title by 2028. Continue the story and my report, what I've been hearing and what I put it out there on Twitter. Šeško advised by Vivell and his agent, everything since Vivell discovered him in 2017 and took him to the RBL group. Both is key to his development. He's now expressed he's ready for the big move. At RB Leipzig group, it was clear, it was very clear because Vivell was instrumental, saying this is going to be your path. We're going to put in your sister company, which is RB Salzburg, and the next trajectory is RB Leipzig, and the next thing, when you are ready, we will get you to a big club. That has always been the plan. So this being key instrumental, Vivell, he's open to join Manchester United, drawn by Amorim's track record with young talent and what he did with Gyökeres at Sporting. So that plays a big part, peeps. He is looking at the overall project. He's looking at his development, his quality of life. Of course, money plays a part, financial gains. He's looked at due diligence on, what's going on with Alexander Isak. If I stay with Newcastle, will they be able to give me a pay increase? Well, United, he knows he's going to get it. But also he looked at the city itself. There's nothing to do in Newcastle, and the quality of life is there. You got to play at the theatre dream. And secretly behind the scenes, his agent is a Man United fan. He's also said his favorite players is Ronaldo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, of course. But also the major decision factor is he's looking at his development. So he looked at two coaches, Eddie Howe, and he also looked at Amorim. And he looked at what Amorim done at Sporting Lisbon. He promoted 17 youth players, won the domestic leagues, and it turned out Gyökeres to be the lead striker that is today. So guys, that is very exclusive information. So unless Šeško, say he's not a money merchant, he chooses for money, which doesn't match his current demands, I don't see him choosing Newcastle whatsoever. So the decision, my friends, are coming very soon. United showing intent right now, and they only put a bid, official bid, if he said yes to them, which he has. Guys, get involved. Get involved. Fred the Red is in the house. What are you saying here? It's 85 million euros, not pounds. Yes, sorry, mate. It's so conflicting. 85 million pounds. Euros, yeah. But we don't count the add-ons, guys. Anyway, he's saying yes. That's what you believe in. He's saying yes. He's a pure Šeško. Let's go. Guys, if you want to come in and have you say, I will open up the line, but please come in. Express yourself. Everyone that's in the house, please, 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 let me just invite you. The link will be pasted in the chat. And I want to hear from you guys. Paste. So, bombs away. It's there. Make yourself available. Bring your camera on. Show your happy face. And talk to me. Just talk to me about this deal and your future prospect, and you know what you think about this transfer window again. Now, before that, I'm going to look at the poll as well, what you guys believe and say. At the end of the day, the poll was, we have, almost 200 votes and still going. Oh, more encounter. Who do you think Šeško will pick now? Manchester United, Newcastle. And lo and behold, guys, there's 200 votes going on, and 93% says Manchester United is the right United, people. It is the right United. Right, United. Guys, come in, have a say, talk to me. I haven't spoken to anyone for a long time. I really appreciate if somebody will come in and sort of open up and, open up the line. And the floodgates is open. The microphone is yours. It's open mic. This is for you guys. This is the content that I provide. It's for the community. So I do expect people to come in here. Sadek Rahman, what you're saying here, good morning to you as well. Good morning. Where are you, Sadek? From Toronto. Wow. We have fans all over the world tuning in. Toronto, Sadek Rahman. How's things in Toronto? Let's get this deal done. I am in Southeast Asia, in Bali at the moment. Yeah, as you know. Jamie. Let's face it, it wouldn't be a bid without the green lights. Can I get the light? Yep. Jack Reacher. Jack. Goalkeeper. No need. Already the 3 great. Wow. We have Ray in the house. We have the first caller in the house. Big up, Ray. How are you doing?
Big up, Mickey. How are you doing, mate?
Long
Yes,
time.
man. Let me just close this.
Long time.
Yeah, long time, Bo. How are you?
I've been very busy, sir. Thank you. You haven't seen me
Good,
on group
good.
chats. You haven't seen me in group chats whatsoever, no?
Well, I've seen you. You've
Really?
dropped in.
Yeah, with a little punch and uppercut. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to correct people, anyway. Ray, talk to me. How confident are you now? With everything that's been said and done, the reverse cowboy, the kitchen door bid from sneaky bid for Newcastle, trying to sort of raise the bar, try to force a bidding war. It's not going to be a bidding war, Ray. It's not going to be a bidding war. What's your general thoughts and feelings? Talk to us.
Well, I think United is actually for once played a very good hand here. We let Newcastle play the front runners of putting this bid in. And I think in the background we've been talking to Šeško, because the one thing I've noticed this year with the United, we don't really go for players except if they really want to be a United player. So we're not going to go and just say, all right, we're going to bid for this dude, and just to say that we bid for players that like we did in the past, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's giving us more percentage and chances of winning. So I think United has gone.
Whoa! Keep talking. We have something coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Keep going.
Oh, so I think what United has done is say, okay, Newcastle, you've put down this, so this is what we're going to see if Leipzig accepts it. If Šeško is accepting this, nothing's been heard about these 2 bids that Newcastle said. Šeško, probably talking to Šeško, and then okay, Šeško, you really want it? Boom, here's our bid, and then we're going to test Šeško to see if he really wants United, and it's a good move. It's a good move by Manchester United, because I always thought from the Gyökeres and Arsenal Šeško thing, I thought United could pip in for one of those 2 guys. I always had in the background in my head thinking that, do you know what? If United play their cards right, whoever loses out on Gyökeres or Šeško, United can go in for them. And behold, they've done that. So I like what they've done.
The truth of the matter, Amorim really wanted Gyökeres in. He also had Šeško on the radar. It was Wilcox that favored Delap, but they were so focused on getting the priority 2 number 10s in first and then go for the striker, right? Because if they didn't get Mbeumo in, they will pivot to another striker target. But if you got Mbeumo off the line and Cunha, then you knew exactly what kind of striker you were after. And that was always the case. So the fact that they were so adamant to get Mbeumo, they were so pivotal to Amorim's system. So they took 6-7 weeks, and by that time, they didn't have the finances to actually go and entertain. So they lost the target of the lap. Wilcox was so adamant to get him off the line, and they lost the target. They didn't even have a chance to even go for Šeško or actually Gyökeres there. So Arsenal were already in advanced talks already, so they couldn't do. But once Rashford went out of the door, then they started to move. They actually made an inquiry regarding Gyökeres, but it was already too late. His mind was turned. So, and the fact is that Elvis, his agent, he spoke to Manchester United. He's been having conversations with Manchester United for years, right? He even went to, he was even at Carrington back in January as well. He visited Man United, and he offered Šeško to Man United, but Man United said, we are not looking for a striker right now. We're going to focus on the striker in the summer. He went to speak to Chelsea as well, focusing to get Victor Osimhen off the line. That didn't happen. The only one that showed interest back in January was Arsenal. which they verbally agreed like a personal term. What happened after that was Andrea Berta came and replaced Edu instead. So he started to sort of jinx things around, and started to sort of add on Gyökeres, and they pivoted away. And at the end of the day, they didn't know about this gentleman big club. By the end of, about that time, Arsenal came in too early. We've seen that RB Leipzig, they needed money to generate 100 million. So there was two assets they had for sale. But that time was Javi Simons was not even considered for Chelsea. He was just lingering on. The only one that they got a bite for was actually Šeško, and that's why they kept on 85 million. And Arsenal only wanted to pay 70 million. So they walked away and went on the Gyökeres instead. But now we see that you wait a little bit. Manchester United were just sitting in the background and just observing it. But we learned that Manchester United do now. They do that stalking tactics, like we're sitting quietly in the background. And I think that our transfer strategy has changed dramatically for the best, right? What we've seen here is a master strokes in terms of negotiation and just keeping silent, not saying anything, right?
Yes.
Meaning,
and then hit when it's time.
We're letting Newcastle sweat it out. When you let Newcastle do all the heavy lifting, is what I explained about the barn analogy, right? You come in and you start whining and dining this girl, like, buying her drinks after drinks. You're doing all the heavy lifting. And in come I, and just before closing time, and I sweep the girl away.
Exactly.
That's classical.
Classical stuff, man. And I do. I mean, I've had my issues with the board. I've had issues with the board. But if they do this deal without selling anybody as well, I think it's very, very clever by them.
Yeah.
What they've done. Yeah.
Listen, we have some latest updates from Fabrizio Romano that was posted 6 minutes ago. Manchester United are again direct contact with RB Leipzig to discuss details of formal 85 million bid sent for Šeško. Šeško. Right, here we go.
And I mean, we've changed our front line. I mean, I still want to keep back up.
Wait, there's more to it.
Oh, sorry, man.
Newcastle up Šeško. Newcastle want final answer ASAP for the club and player. Give it to me now. Give it to me, baby.
They're like, come on.
Manchester United. All everyone knows then to fly for a white guy. You know that song? Give it to me, baby. All right. United internally feel they have Šeško's preference. No official decision yet. Listen, Fab knows his shit. He knew this already, right? He knew already. I said, Fab, stop trolling, man. You're just building up this. Here we go, right?
Because he knew it. Because the way he was talking about, he goes, "Oh, but there's United still talking." Because I listened to Fabrizio a lot, and he was just saying, "Well, yeah, there's a bid by Newcastle, but United hanging in there." And I was thinking, well, hang on. If United are hanging in there, he knows that they've been talking to each other, and he knows that Šeško will choose, because he always says, remember, the player will choose. So that's a hint. You see, Fabrizio is very subliminal, is that the word? He'll go, well, the player has said this, the players did that, and then you'll think to yourself, hang on, he knows something that we don't know, and he doesn't really give it away.
It's a quite storyteller, guys. I'm just going to be the big on the big jumbotron just for you to read. Manchester United are again in direct contact with RB Leipzig to discuss details of formal 85 million bid sent for Šeško. Newcastle want a final answer ASAP from club player. United internal feel they have Šeško preference. Šeško is in the bag. No official yet. No official bid yet. Listen, when he says formal, it's not really official then. It's formal, right? It's a speculative formal. It's not really in writing. It's like, okay, here you go, right? That's how I interpret it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how he does it. He always goes, well, it's a formal bid. Then from a formal bid, it goes to a verbal agreement, and then it goes to here we go, don't we? That's how he works. He works it out every transfer that he does. So So the next update I'm thinking from Fabrizio will be United has reached a verbal agreement with Leipzig, and then you see here we go. So that's what I'm hoping. Yeah,
I've been having finger on the pulse. United agreed personal terms with Šeško 10 days ago. Honest to God, what he's spinning is just basically building up for the crescendo, the storytelling, the drama, the intricacy. And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden it just comes in. Here
Bam.
we
There you
go.
go.
Bam.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't mind because that's been the industry standard now. Like small people like me, independent people, grafters, we do get exclusives as well. It doesn't matter. It's like a 400-meter relay in the Olympics, right? So I'm kind of running the full 300, right? And at the end of the day, like there's 100 meters left, and Fabrizio and Ornstein just take over the stick and run it and gets all
That's
the
it.
credit. I don't mind.
You set them up. Yeah.
No, I don't mind. There's nothing you can do about it. But it's not that I'm looking for recognition or anything. I just want to get as accurate information out to the fan base that has already been abused by this so-called media apparatus that 80-90% of those that are reporting on Manchester United are not even fans. Right?
Exactly.
So as real as possible. We have Mark in the house as well. Big up, Mark, if you want to come in and have your say as well. The line is open, Mark. The line is
Big up,
open.
Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, let me just post the link as well if anyone wants to come in and have a say, because we are having a community talk right now. We have Mark Harris as well. What you saying, Mark? Why would Šeško join United? Novice manager, fragile midfielder, no seal football. United needs 6+ covers. Why is Luke Shaw getting minutes and Conan gets nothing? Woo. I'll let you answer that.
Oh, me?
Hmm.
I don't think Amrin is a novice manager. I think Amrin is well known in Europe as being a very good manager because some of the big strikers' names that he's put on the market is played on Amrin, so he's not novice. Yeah, he doesn't have the greatest of experience. But
I just explained myself earlier from the information that I got earlier that he wants to join a manager that could develop him, and Eddie Howe is not
exactly,
that. So basically, he's impressed with the track record of looking at Amorim at Sporting. He took 70 youth players and made their championship-winning team. He made Gyökeres into the striker that he is today, that is now an Arsenal player, and that things matters, right? So I hope
these
that
things matter.
yeah. Listen, I have a question. I have a start question. Gilly comes in with a question here. How can you pay that amount of money when you're in debt and can't pay repairs on your stadium? Good question, Gilly. This is something that I've been covering. It's called amortization. It's installments, right? And repairs on the stadium, well, they're going to knock it down anyway because they're focused on building the new stadium. So, which I don't really like. I like Old Trafford, but yeah, he said the same thing happened with Spurs. They knocked down their stadium, built a new one. Arsenal, Highbury, they knocked it down, built a new and best stadium. But it's something that they're absolutely looking at called amortization. So you never pay if the fee is 75, 85 million, you don't pay that money. It's basically you agree on 5-year contract, 5 years installment, and you're looking at paying 10 million, 15 million for that year, in 5 years installment. So that's how they can actually afford making this signing. And that means that we spend already 30 million on total on 2 signings in terms of amortization, and we add on Šeško, add another 10 million, 50 million. We spend what? Approximately 40 million, 45. And that means that you still have the budget to go for important goalkeeper and a midfielder. And guys, at the end of the day, Ray as well. So people keep forgetting that the window is open to the end of August. So the most priority is to get the striker over the line first, right?
Yeah, and from there, I think from there we could move on to bargain deals for midfielder, which I think we're gonna do that. Because I think next season now I'll have a hunch again, and too far, but I think because Casemiro might go, and then Bruno might go, and then you could go for a Belieber or Walden next season.
Yeah,
because you already have Gary or somebody that is already in this season. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you always have the January window to sort of,
Say
if you don't manage to land the preferred midfielder or goalkeeper, that means that money is not going away. Like that means that you can go in January and just bolster the squad as well. But do we really need it? Because we're not playing in Europe. We're going to have fresh legs playing once a week, barring also adding on the club competitions like domestic cups, like FA Cup and Carabao Cup.
But I would dip into January. All depends on where United are. So if United we're 6 and we need a midfielder or somebody to get us to get us to 5th and Champions League, Yeah, I think they will dip in. I think they'll go, well, okay, we might
Yeah.
go cheap for what we're going to do, but if admin's playing good and everybody's playing a blinder, and we just
Yeah.
need a one player or so to get us over the line so we can get that Champions League space, I think they will do that this season, because I think they will say, well, look, we are almost there, and we can get 100 million, because that's what you get when you're in the Champions League now. It's 100 million stuff. So if we can get the 100 million in that Champions League, we will be doing we'll be doing better stuff
Yeah.
even next season.
Hang on, Carl. Mark is saying we're paying Leipzig 45 million down. I heard. No, it can't be. We're paying them upfront 45 million. It's going to be also interesting to see if we are including Rasmus Højlund as a loan with an option to buy or obligation to buy.
Mhm.
Because if you notice the last game of the US tour, like Everton, Højlund just came on 15 minutes at the end.
Yeah.
Which was a little bit suspicious,
Yeah.
That means that we don't want you to get injured, and so we give you 45 minutes. 15 minutes.
The only thing that worries me is the backup for Šeško, because we need some backup for Šeško. Because I'm not sure if the thing, I would go for that if I know that Xerxes is going to give me some backup, because he didn't give me any backup last year, and he's injured. So that's the only little bit of concern I've got if we're going to, because I just want the backup, because I believe that we can't just say, oh, Šeško, because he's not going to play 90 minutes for 38 games. He's not going to do that.
Yeah.
So you're going to need another centre forward to come in and take a bit of the load off of Šeško. You know what I mean? Because we're going to be in the same situation where we were with where we had Rasmus, where we had Rasmus doing everything, and then we didn't have Martial fit. Then Xerxes wasn't doing it. So that's the only little concern I've got. But if we, that's why I'm a bit disappointed. I didn't get to see Xerxes, and he's injured in this, because I would have wanted to see him playing. And I think, oh yeah, okay, if they're going to get rid of Højlund, this guy can step straight in, because look at him. So I'm just a bit concerned with that. That's all.
Brother, I told you, Line, I don't mind if Højlund stays. I never have anything against it. I've kind of recognized that last season it wasn't his fault. He was just beaten down, no confidence, nobody to support him, nobody to learn from. But I think it adds on healthy competition if we sign in, Šeško, though.
Šeško, yeah.
So they will push each other, right? And you're not going to play like every single Premier League game. There'll be moments where you rotate. There'll be moments potential where they play two of them up front as well. But one thing is for sure, we need strikers. We can't just rely on Chidobe Martin. We can't rely on Xerxes, not a number 9. So yeah, we've done that mistake before. We need at least 2 strikers elite strikers.
That's it. Yep. But hey, we'll see.
We'll see. Mark, if you're there, please come in and have your say if you're available. Anyone that wants to come in and have a say. You like my presentation, so thank you. Hello, Bobby. How are you doing? Guys, I posted the link. Where did that go? Where did that go? I'm just going over the chat. We've been talking. We are excited. Here we go. This is the link, guys. Do you want me to paste it again? I do it again. Let's do it. Anyone that wants to come in and have a say, this is an open mic. This is for you guys. And by the way, do not forget to like and subscribe. Hit the like button. Yep. Here we go. The link is floating around again. We have Frankie became a new member. Big up. Thank you, Frankie, for becoming a member and for supporting this channel. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It's only 99 cents or €1, for this free, beautiful content, to be honest. If you want a super chat, please do so as well. But I don't ask you to open up your wallet. If it comes from the goodwill of your heart. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, what else is there to add on, right? What else? Should I start a poll? When do you think this deal would be closed? I think it's going to go very quickly by the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think we want to get him in for the Arsenal game, don't we? So we can give him a chance.
That's been the objective.
Chance at least to maybe. I don't know if he's going to start, because I don't know how fit he is, and I don't know how many games he's played for Leipzig. But at least he'll be there as a selectable body. So we'll need to get this deal done fast. If Šeško says yes, boom. Well, everybody's saying he says yes. So let's hope we can get it boom done. I don't think we'll get him for Saturday, but maybe next week you'll probably see him in the United shirt.
Well, he's already doing preseason with RBL. He wasn't the big sign. He wasn't there, like with the Xavi Simons. He wasn't not playing in the last friendly game, the preseason game. He was because they don't want to injure him. So that was a big, massive indication that he's going. They're all going, right. Chelsea are in advanced talk with the Xavi Simons, and the reason per se now, tying back to what I say with Arsenal, that they only had one asset to RB Leipzig could sell to raise the 100 million. Now they have two assets, so they're more lenient to that what they can do. So if Chelsea comes in and bid and gets 75 million, 80 million for, let's say, euros, Xavi Simons, that means that RB Leipzig are not that pressured to get as much money, extortion money, for Šeško himself. And therefore, I believe that when United get the foot in the door and boot out, the zebra crossings, I'm sorry, guys. We are not rivals of yours, but it's kind of funny how you've been conducting yourself, what I've been calling it out for. Then it puts Manchester United in the driving seats for better negotiation of terms, right? To say. Yeah. And so far, that's what I'm saying. We don't really know if Rasmus Højlund is part of that deal or not. There can't even be a potential sale for 45 million, that he goes that way and we pay the difference between Šeško and Højlund, right? We will see.
We'll see because at least we put a bid down. I mean, that's the first thing that we need to be doing. Get that bid down, and then that you win for it officially. So there we go. Yeah.
I'm going to close the poll now because we have over 200 votes and we have 1,114 people tuning in live on YouTube channel and only 60 likes. What do we say? Hit that like button, Ray. Do we have to remind them?
Hit the like button, boys, and big up to my guy Mick Ruby, all the way from South Asia, staying up late at night, giving you content. So hit that like button for my guy.
Thank you for the promotion. So I'm going to close the poll. Who do you think Šeško will pick now? And lo and behold, 90% says Manchester United and 11% Newcastle. Whoa, there must be Newcastle fans voting for Newcastle in here. So I'm going to end this poll and I'm going to start a new one. And the poll will be following. Get involved on this one. Let's do one regarding Højlund. Yeah. Well, if you had to pick a poll, what would you say, Ray? Like, since you are a caller, right? What should we say? So, would you like Højlund to stay or leave?
I'm only going on the back of numbers. That's the only reason why. So I will say yes, because I just need numbers up on that strike force, because I don't want to be in the same situation relying on Cheeto. Xerxes is not really number 9. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I think Šeško and Erasmus excites me more, because I think both of them could fight off each other. That's the only reason I say yes. Yeah.
Beautiful people. I started a poll. It's around the bombs is away, the bullets is away, and it's a simple poll, and it basically says, should Højlund stay or leave if Šeško comes in? It's simple, yes or no. So I leave this up and running. But anyway, I just want to ask you, Ray, since you're calling in, and we don't have any other callers. I think people are shy. I don't know. We don't bite,
No, man, I don't bite, man. I don't smell either, so call in, like.
Let's hypothetically speaking say, okay, this looks like we're going to get this one over the line. But moving on next, Hayden Hackney as a midfielder, cheap alternative. He apparently rejected Ipswich, said blank no. They were quite advanced, so that means that he has somebody whispered in his ear that Manchester United are looking at him. Just hold on tight. So I believe that Hackney will be the one. And the dots are aligning because they are sending away Collier on loan. So that means yeah. Hackney to me is exciting from Borough. It's got a lot of energy. But I was surprised that we're getting rid of Collier, because there was one player that I really fancied that had the athleticism, and what needed in the midfield was Collier.
Yeah, I mean that's a name that's kind of surprised me that we got rid of him. But maybe they just don't fancy him. I don't know, because he's not really hit the heights that I thought he would have done when he came in under Ten Hag. So yeah, it's a bit shocking, but it's shocking, but it's not surprising that Collier is the guy that they might loan out to bring in another midfielder.
Yeah,
but I think they still want to. Sorry.
Speaking about Locker 45 says just bring Greenwood back. I read something about that agent Ronaldo wanted to bring him to Saudi League today. Something. I didn't follow up on that. Did you see something about that?
No, I didn't hear that. But I know I've heard that if they sell on Greenwood
We get
to
money.
Saudi, we get about 34 million or something like that. So that's.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't complain if you're going to get money in for him. So yeah, I'm pushing for the move for Greenwood.
Yeah. Kenneth is
Yeah.
saying here we're having the finger on the pulse. What the community is saying, use Rasmussen as a backup to share the workload. I agree. That's what we said.
I say I don't disagree because we need to share the workload because we need to get the Šeško signing right. So we don't want to burn him out. We don't want to put too many pressure on him, and we need to make sure we mix it up because we didn't mix it up with Rasmus. We put all the blame on him, and yes, he struggled, and now he's a hated man in the community. So we really do need to do a bit different with Šeško to make sure that this signing in 2 or 3 seasons we are laughing. You know what I mean? We're not saying, oh, well, Rasmus 2.0 and all that nonsense. We are saying Šeško is good because we've managed him better. Yeah.
Ray, I can arguably say that Rasmus is not the problem. He's not part of the bomb squad, right? So he ain't causing problem, and he loves the club. He's a Man United fan. He wants to prove. And we saw Rasmus Højlund in pre-season. He looks so much sharper. He worked on his touches. He worked on his run. So he's basically a man on a mission. He knows that he had a poor season last season. The confidence dropped. I even saw him in Malaysia. Like, my God, he got bullied between 2 midget Asian centre backs. He was like the sushi between 2 chopsticks, and the moaning in the crowd. Oh my God, there was like, oh my God, sell him. It's typical Manchester United fans. Like, it's the lynch mob, right? You bring them up to tear them down at the end of the day.
Yep.
Yeah. So Hackney, for me, that is a cheap deal. Like, that's, I think it was 15 to 70 million pounds, if we may say so. I think it was 50 million pounds to Ipswich.
That's a good move. I mean, I would take that move out because, as I said, I think we are going to lose Casemiro, and I think I've heard somewhere Bruno say I might give it 1 more year. It might be this year. So you bring in Hackney now to blend in with the Bruno and Casemiro. When one of these guys leave, or if both, you've now got a guy there that's been there already, and you now can go for Belieber or Walden or somebody, and you've got that young midfield that energy. So I would definitely go for Hackney. Yeah,
100%. Paul Rasmussen must be from Danish. He's Danish. I can see your name, Rasmussen. Højlund must stay, and I agree. Yeah, I don't mind. And we have some beautiful comments regarding your appearance as well. We have feedback on your appearance. Where did I go? Ray is a great guest. I couldn't agree.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Chaz 27. I tried to.
Mark is trying to get in, getting on my phone. Give me 5 minutes. He's desperate. He's looking like he's a Newcastle trying to get in the bid here, Last
minute, get in there. Yeah,
get in there.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
We're talking about pullouts. That's what she said, right? Newcastle. In a way, I kind of understand the situation. I was the only one that dived deep into it and looked at the current situation. I mean, the CEO is not hands-on. He's stepping down because he's diagnosed with terminal blood cancer. Yeah, that's seriously.
I didn't know that.
And also they got rid of Paul Mitchell. That didn't even last 1 year, claiming of health issues, but it was mutual consent because it was lack of vision. Eddie Howe had too much power, and his brother is also part of the recruitment scouting.
Yeah, there was a bit fighting between him and Paul Mitchell.
Yeah, 100%. So they are now kind of operating in the dark, and that kind of led to the shambles with the contract extensions with Isak, and they're losing the best player, and they've been trying to go for every single target, and they've been rejected, right? It's been like a doormat, and I feel sorry for Newcastle fans because I was really celebrating that they actually won the first domestic trophy for years. Like, that was massive for the club. But in terms of the city, in terms of what it brings for the players don't really want to be there after a while. Like, it's like there's nothing to do.
Because Newcastle, I think what the problem with Newcastle's got is because they've been like 50, 60 years out of the name of being like a team that's up there challenging. I think, yes, they are a big club in the north of England, but in terms of trying to get out of that yo-yo thing when they were up and down, up and down, up and down, they've kind of lost the pull. So players are like using Newcastle as maybe as a stepping stone. They say, okay, look, if I play well for Newcastle, I'm going to go get me moved somewhere to another bigger club. And that's what Newcastle is facing. Even though they've got money, and I think they're richer than United, they need to be consistently Champions League teams, maybe get to a final, and maybe to win it, to then players might go, oh, Newcastle are on the up, so I might actually stay there, other than just using Newcastle as a stepping stone. So, oh, United come in, yeah, I'm going there. Or Liverpool come in, oh, yeah, I'm going there.
Yeah, no, it's not a big club in certain ways. They are rich in finances because, you know, if you look at the big clubs, the top big clubs, like you have a massive fan base, the revenues. Newcastle don't have it, right? What they have is the local supporters. They hardly fill the full stadium when they have home games. And, you know, if you were, you know, PIF or whatever, the Saudi owners that bought it, they're doing it organically. They're not doing the Manchester City cheating cousin sponsorship XYZ, right? And therefore they're not in a ready position right now to, even if they, let's say hypothetically, even if they would have offered Šeško big wages, there'd be a tumult, or you know, there would be a revolt in the back room, in the dressing room. There'd be Tonali knocking on the door. There'd be like a Gordon knocking on the door. I also want a pay increase, and they're not there yet, right?
That's the thing, they're not there. So that's the thing. You go and pay Šeško 200 a week. That's probably what he's going to get. And you know, guys are going to go, wait, he's just come in. So where's my 200? And all of that. Whereas United, we don't really bother because we've paid Bruno 300k. And you know, so it's like whatever. You know, you'll come and you'll get that money, but you'll also get fame, which is a better move for them. Because you know, if you come to United and let's say score loads of goals, win us big stuff, challenge us again, your legend, your name Šeško, you know, is legendary already, because you'd be like, we're starving for that. So
this morning I woke up and I had a WhatsApp message from his agent, basically, and I was like, wow, cool, because I asked him the direct question as well, and he says that the reason why Benji, right, takes his time, because he looked at, not only he wants to have the right club. We already discussed that. I did a morning video about that, but it's the overall, like, you know, the career development, what matters for him. Like, you know, he's ready to join a big club now. Like, that's the reason why he stayed and developed all these years with RB Group, right? That was the best club for him to develop. Now he feels he's ready, right? And he looked at Newcastle and it's like, well, that really doesn't meet the level that I want, right? The other thing is quality of life is also important. Like, if you get a job offer, let's say, Ray, do you want to go to Sahara Desert to work? The money is good. Yeah, but what is there to do there for me and my family? That plays a part as well. European football was mentioned, but it's not a prerequisite this year because RBL is not in Europa whatsoever. So, but he looked at the longevity. And what you said, the yo-yo up and down, but he looked at the overall. He's spoken to behind the scenes to a lot of Man United players to sort of understand the vibe and everything before he made his decision. And it's been it's been abundantly clear that he looked at what Manchester United intend in recruiting Cunha, Mbeumo, playing with Bruno. He knows he's going to get service, and therefore the development is going to be good. And he also looked at, he spoke about the right manager for his development. And that's where you have also the link with Vivell, which is a very strong link, a bond. You know, because Vivell has been part of his, together with his agent, has been part of his development trajectory. And this was always been the case that once you're ready, you go to a big club. And Man United is the big club here. So with everything like that ticks all the boxes, then it's evidentially clear to me. Then I kind of knew, okay, this is going to happen right now, right here. Like, you know, that's about it.
I mean, everything you said there is spot on, mate. Because and what we've got now is a manager that actually is reputationally known as a guy that develops players, and that's what's, you know. I mean, all due respect to how, I don't really see. Well, maybe he has developed some betters. But if you're thinking about long-term thing and you're thinking about Amins does have that pedigree of getting young guys in and develop, because it's for a sporting team we never heard of, and some of them now have moved on to better teams and big names. So if you can do that, if you can replicate that without United, I think Šeško is making the right choice, because I think also with Šeško coming in, it's a little bit different because now he's got the likes of Bremo, he got Cunha, he's got Bruno.
Yeah.
So he's got like a better path and better support.
Yeah.
So I don't think he will be too far off.
It won't be too far off. Now the team is ready to take on this talent and develop. The pressure will not be there because the club feel they have already enough Premier League proven players. The fact that they were really to table a bid for Hugo Etiketa tells you that the Premier League proven striker was not the main priority, which British media was trying to say. Premier League proven, Premier League proven, Premier League proven. And one that is MUFC Realist TV proven is Mark that came in here. He's on mute. How you doing, Mark?
Big up, everybody. I can't stay too long because I had to run across the next site to catch another train, and it's real windy, so I don't want to disturb everyone else. But what I would say is that this situation makes me happy because, for one, it signals Man United intend to compete. Also, it doesn't box in Man United into a category. We're doing a creative way. We have improved this window drastically with the two signings and with this third possible signing that should be confirmed, I would say, in the next couple hours, if not, because I believe if Man United bid, from all I was hearing in Germany, that it would be a done deal. The moment we bid a deal that fee that Leipzig would accept. So, and Christopher Vivell, you guys said, he was the guy who picked Šeško at 16 years old from Slovenia and brought him into the RB Academy at Salzburg because he was working there at the time. So it's somebody he trusts. And of course, he had a conversation with Amorim. We know Amorim is known for developing strikers as well, particularly in the young players he's developing, like what he did with Gyökeres. So I think all in all is a good deal, not only for the player, for Manchester United. I think the reason why he had time to think and all his family to come in is because he's moving to a big club, and the pressure at a big club is different. I think it was Newcastle. It would have been done already, because I'm not trying to disrespect Newcastle, but they're not a special club. They don't have the pressure of Man United. And you know what I mean? Man United came through and they're showing their intent to sign players to compete this season, and that is most important for me. Guys, I had to go because my train arriving. I need to run across.
One question for guys that don't know. Mark is living in Germany. What is the word on the street right now?
Good on the street is Šeško going to United.
Big up, Mark. Thank you for coming in, and don't miss the train. That was a good train of thought, by the way. Anyway, we're going to remove Mark from the stage. Thank you, Mark, for coming in. And yes, guys, that's about it, right? It looks very promising. I'm just checking if there's any more upcoming coming in here. Yeah, nothing really coming in here. But one thing that I need to check, Ray, is the actual poll, right? Because the poll was regarding Højlund to should he stay or leave if Šeško comes in, and you guys have voted he should stay. 68% of you guys, Højlund should stay, and 32% said no. I'm going to end this poll right here, right now, and thank you, everyone. We have 1,427 people tuning in live only on YouTube, and 66 likes, people. 66 likes. Is it a disgrace?
Well, it should have a bit more if it's thousands. It should be at least 100, 120.
Should we take a little bit commercial break, and guys, do this. Okay, we do it again. Like. Can we get a whoop whoop? Can we get a whoop whoop? Can we get a whoop?
Exactly, like.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, it's free content. It doesn't cost you anything to smash the like button, and YouTube algorithm is absolutely killing the content creators on YouTube, robbing people out of views, 100%. I used to have 10,000 views. I'm lucky if I push even the SEO and everything else. Lucky if I get 3,000 views, mate. You know,
This algorithm is bad. It is bad. It is bad.
Yeah,
A lot of YouTubers are struggling now.
Even Terry Lewis as well says, like, "Fucking hell!" I'm sorry for swearing, but like he keeps banging the drum, right? And it's like, oh my god, what's going on, right? So, but the more likes you have, the more YouTube algorithm, which is
works for you. Yeah, that's why I always smash the like button when I watch you, because it's like more like yeah.
Listen, if as I said, like if I don't make money out of this, and my intent is not to make money, but we're building a positive community when everyone comes in and have a say, no matter what, where you're in the world, like we're all wearing the same shirt, we all love the same club, we dream the same thing, we want the same thing, and that's what it is. I just being lucky that I've been able to work with football in the football industry to do what I do at the same time, and so take that in consideration. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and hopefully we'll hit that. But yeah, anyway,
that's good, man.
Now, listen, bro, I just want to hear your thoughts regarding before we end this stream, right? I myself was, as a fan, I was panicking, thinking like, why are we not? This is this shambles window. What are we doing? We're not able to sell anything. But then I did more research and say, actually, our PSR is not bad. We looked at the wrong accounts. We do have money, right? And we do not have to sell anyone. We did have 120 million before sales. And knowing that we do things on amortization, it's not that thing. Now we're seeing like, Anthony being a freaking prat, to be honest. We cannot, we got to put our foot down to say, either you go on a sale, you're not going another loan for Real Betis. Who the hell do you think you are?
Exactly.
That's just either we're happy to keep. Actually, Anthony is not the problem either, right? Garnacho is the one that needs to go and set in, and Sancho, right?
Yeah.
But I think the Manchester United have made a bloody good example to say, you sit as we have no problems to have you sit in and train with the reserves and play with the reserves and sit in the doghouse. You got to find a club. They basically whitewash themselves. But what do you think at the end of the day, a perfect transfer window, if we don't get these players out? Now, I believe that Garnacho will go to Chelsea at the end of the day for the right price.
Well, I mean, I was a bit like you. Maybe it's because we spent too many time with Romano. I think that was too long. But what we're perfect if we do what we do. If we get the striker in, which it looks like we're going to do that, get a goalkeeper in, because we do need a goalkeeper, because you cannot rely on Onana. I don't think Onana's going, but we do need another one to challenge him. And as midfielder. And I would say what United are doing is saying, look, because I think teams are trying to lowball us with Anthony. Yeah. Look, 40 million, 50 million. I see Manawari going for 50 million. So what's going on? We should be able to sell these players for the money that we want. And if we do that, I'll give... Sorry.
What's going on at the moment? The Manchester United haven't really prioritized to deal with the Anthony situation whatsoever, or Sancho, because they basically told the agents, you sort it out, right? Our main priority is to get our main targets in right now.
That's yeah.
So that's trust me. Once you get Šeško in, you will see them putting pressure on guys. What are you up to? Get the hell out of here. You know what I mean?
So if we get them, I'll give the window a solid 7. I'll give it a solid 7.
But that Man United gave Dwayne Winard, Rashford's agent and brother, they said the same thing. It's up to you. Find a club. He ain't gonna play. We stripped him off his number 10 shirt as well, just to show the intent. So at the end of the day, I'm not really worried about it. The bomb squad, they will go at the end of the day, right? So
yeah, they'll go because they have to go, because they want to play football. I mean, if you sitting there on FIFA or whatever you're doing, what kind of professional are you? Because United now has moved on, which is good. I think what we've done in the past. Sorry.
Yeah, right. At the end of the day, before we wrap up the stream, I want everyone to be involved, that everyone's tuning in. Thank you. Big up so much. And get involved in the chat as well. Look, I never saw this coming. Everyone was saying we're going to have a big window. Omar Barada said we have a plan. Amarin said in his end of the season speech, the new era begins now. Right. And if we get in Šeško, if we get in an important midfielder, let's say Hayden Hackney or whatever, and we get a goalkeeper in. Apparently, Donnarumma is valued at 30 million euros.
We'll
There
see.
could be
We'll see.
there could be a late swoop in to say we take him with a loan. Cheeky.
We'll see. We'll
Because
see.
we asked Villa for a loan, right? For Emi Martinez. But Lemons is advanced in my. There's a cheap alternative. But if we land either Donnarumma or Lemons and Hayden Hackney, and everything that's been done, how would you rate this window then?
A 7.5.
Why 7.5?
Well, I mean, I know people will probably say 8 or 9 or something, but I just hold back a little bit because some of the deals were a bit too long. So I think 7.5 is good. It's solid. They've done decent work. And because I don't think we were going to get the big player that we wanted in it. 4, 6, 7, 8 players going.
I've seen something special in this preseason that makes me feel very, very positive. I've seen something very different.
Different in football, yes.
Players look very sharp. They've been given individual training program. Everyone come back ripped and laser focused.
Yes. I've seen that.
Everton, I saw meltdown, but players. You travel from Chicago to Atalanta, right? It's difficult. They were already tired and fatigued. They were looking. This is the last game. It's training session. A draw was good, but you also got to look at the referee was really, really bad, right?
Shocking. Some referee in the air.
There was definitely 100% handball on what's his name, our former player.
Yeah, the guy's on the floor, and he goes, "Oh, I mean, come on." I tell you.
Okay, I will give you my verdict, and guys, let me know in the chat as well. Well, everything that's been said and done, like we forget everything over the line. We get midfielder, goalkeeper, Šeško, and the whole entire. Forget about the outs. I think that Garnacho will go. That will solve itself. I think that Sancho will also go. The window is still open to the end of August, so I'm not panicking regarding that. Rashford's gone already. I'd say 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
Ask me after the transfer window is closed. I give it 10 out of 10 if they manage to get rid of every single player in the bomb squad. Then I will give it.
Yeah, I think if they get rid of every player in that squad there, I'll probably put it up to a 10 as well. I think selling everybody and buying who you want. Yeah.
Keleshi comes in to say 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Keleshi, would you increase it to 10 out of 10 if we manage to get out all the deadwoods and get in the top targets that we wanted? Let's face it, Mbeumo was the number one top target. Cunha was the focus target. We have been going in with stealth laser focus to get those 2 players on the line. Šeško has been one of the top targets as well. He's on the on the 3 top striker lists. But all my days, if we do get Donnarumma in as a keeper, like my God, that would be mince, mate.
Well, one question to ask you before you go, close the stream. If we get all these players in, where do you think we'll finish?
I'm a realist, mate. So you just look at what Nottingham Forest did. Where did they finish last season? Like, the season before, there was also down
15th, I think they were 15th.
Yeah, but this season they finish up like in the top 6 at least.
6 or 7.
I think my following verdict will be that everyone is saying, "Oh, look at what Liverpool is doing," but people are forgetting that recruiting Galacticos is not always the answer. We look at the Real Madrid score when they got the Beckham in, and they never won shit. And plus, they keep forgetting that Wirtz and everyone else, and they need to be integrated and blah blah blah. I think that Liverpool would not clinch it this year, and if they don't, I would be laughing because they are rivals and they spend so much money. The one to watch out for, I would say, is Chelsea this year.
Yes.
They start clicking. City. I don't know. Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal is going to be up there challenging whatsoever for the first. Arsenal is ever going to finish second. Every year, Arteta always try to find a new solution, a new tool.
He always seems
last season is all this Tony Pulis set pieces, and this year, his listening final after 4 years to get a striker is Gyökeres. And I think that Gyökeres will not thrive. And I said it so many times. Gyökeres doesn't fit Arsenal's system, right? So I don't think so. But I certainly will say we will finish in top 5 or 4. Yeah, I think we are in for surprise. And my logic and reasoning behind that is that we will have fresh legs. We're not playing in Europe. We didn't play in the World Cup club competition. We have fresh legs. We have squad depth. We only play 1 game a week. We have more time to spend on the training ground to practice drills and understand the Ruben Amorim's system. In a way, you can understand that. I think that to miss out Europe this year was the perfect scenario for Ruben Amorim, right?
Yeah, if you look back at it now, to be honest, because he needs to rebuild the squad, don't he? So I think him missing out might actually be good for us.
Yeah.
And I think if we get Šeško, well, I think we might get Šeško, but if we get everybody else that we're looking for, I'm a bit more confident that for 5th, maybe 4th, is achievable now. Because I think,
yeah. I think we're getting to Europe.
I think we're getting to Europe. I really do. I think if
we might even win. Hell, we might even win the league. I'll buy that for $1.
Listen, if we win the league, I'm going to run around town with my shirt off.
Didn't Luke Shaw say that? Luke Shaw said we're going to win the league in the interview.
I'll post a video of me running around Manchester with my shirt off because we won the league.
Johnny Boy says 3rd. Kelechi says 4th or 5th.
I'll go for 4th or 5th. Because we're building a stronger squad, and the thing what people are you're not realizing as well, Mickey, is that we've got a stronger bench. We don't. If we build these goods, we look at the bench last year. He didn't have it. He just had kids, and he didn't really have time to change anything. But now, if you look at the bench, even though you start in 11, I think, oh yeah, you could chuck on Zirks for number 10. You could chuck on Rasmus for Šeško. You could chuck on Mount, because Mount is doing. He's got some selections there, and that's what I like.
Yeah. Здравствуйте, братан. Slava Россия, Slava Putin. Давай. He's got shock. I speak Russian too, by the way. I speak so many languages.
The only thing I can understand is Spanish, but not Russian.
Yeah, чуть-чуть говорит по-русски, давай. Let's go, man. Listen, everything goes in cycles, and I can't wait for the Arsenal game, to be honest. And if we get Šeško over the line, he's playing. It's going to be that Gyökeres versus
Šeško.
Yeah. It's gonna be Benji jumping, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Have you seen how high this guy can jump? It's just ridiculous. That's why I call it Benji jump, right?
Wow, yeah. I mean, he's 6'5" as well, isn't it? He's a big guy and he's fast and he could jump. And it's like, wow, this is what we need. We need to terrorize defenders. That's what we need to do.
100%. Yeah. Putin is my guy too. To be honest, I don't shy away to say that I'm all for the multipolar world and everything that's going on. Screw the globalists. They have done nothing. So yeah, anyway, we're not going to talk about politics. I can open up a geopolitics channel and talk everything about. I know everything what's going on. That would be my dream, to speak about geopolitics and finance. It's cool. Just want to thank you everyone for tuning in. Ray as well. You're always a spark of light, ray of light.
Yeah, I've got a lot behind me.
100%. And spasiba, bratan, spasiba. Listen, guys, we are going to wrap up this show. 1,700 live viewers tuning in on MUFC Realist TV and 72 likes only. I don't know what on earth is going on. But
come on, guys, get the likes up.
Listen, if it's like 1,800 watching, we should logically have 1,800 likes, right? But logically speaking. What are you waiting for? If you watch this in retrospective, please do not forget. I know how easy it is. Just press the like button. If you want to donate. I don't ask you, but hey, I like to see you more on this channel, Ray, as well. So big up for you to coming in, everyone. Love yourself, love your next neighbor, and brace yourself because we are in for a bumpy ride now. What is Newcastle going to do? Are they going to pull out again? That's what she said. They're never going to pregnant anyone in this season.
No. Pull out here. Pull out.
Well, you do gym pull-ups, right?
Yeah,
pull up.
Poor lady got to wait till about 40 till she get pregnant with Newcastle.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Yeah, true. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, Ray, as well. I got to remove you. Love you and leave you. Cheers. Ciao, Italia. Guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been a brilliant show. We had Mark coming in here. We had Ray as well. We have discussed everything that's going on regarding Benjamin Šeško, and majority believes that he will become Manchester United player. We've gone over David Ornstein, we've gone over Romano, we've gone over Ben Jacobs. A lot of people are saying now we have direct negotiations right now, exclusively coming direct talks with RBL and Manchester United. It means that Benjamin Šeško has put a yes to Manchester United, despite what other media outlets are saying, because it's evidently reported that Manchester United would only bid if Benjamin Šeško said yes to Manchester United. Now here we are. Glory, Manchester United. Let's go, Reds. I'm going to send this transfer bullet away. See you to the next one. And do not forget to subscribe, like right here, right now. I'm out of here.